It's me again. So, I don't know if you knew. If you don't know, where have you been? So I quit my job, and now I'm officially like a stay-at-home cat mom kind of thing. Just kidding. So I quit my job so I could work on my own business, and now that I'm working on my own business, I'm at home all the time working on filming and stuff. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I just thought I should introduce why I'm at home on a weekday. Not that you would know that it's a weekday. Anyway, a little while ago, I came out with a video on Instagram just kind of detailing how I was feeling a little bit depressed because I have had a knee injury for the last like 7 or 8 weeks now. And if you know how much I work out, or if you yourself are an athlete, you know how depressing it can be to be injured for such a long time and to not be able to do the kind of workouts that you want to do. So yeah, I was getting really sort of down about it mentally, and so I came out with a video on Instagram just kind of like letting people know, and it got a massive response, and a lot of people said to me that I should document kind of what happened and like my recovery period and what I'm doing to get better. So that's what this video is about. I'll give you a little background. September, my boyfriend and I went to Scotland and we did a really intense 4-day hike. And each day was like 26 kilometers of hiking, which if you like, I don't even run 5 kilometers. So 26 kilometers of straight walking was not only mentally challenging, but physically challenging, of course. And my left side of my body is a little bit messed up versus my right side of my body. Like my hips are tight, my adductors are tight, my erector is tight on the left side. Like everything is a little bit tighter. So at the end of this hike, it was like the last day, my knees started hurting so much. It hurt to the point like I couldn't walk properly. Like I had like a massive suitcase and I'm like limping everywhere. I couldn't even sit on the plane properly. Anyway, I get home and I go to physio for it, and she tells me I have Patellofemoral syndrome, which is basically just like an irritated knee, basically. There's a lot of controversy behind how to treat it. Like some people say you should do one thing, a lot of people say you should do another. There's no one opinion on how to treat it. I was just doing a bunch of different things. For the first few weeks, I did acupuncture with an electric current through it, and to be honest, I found that helped quite a bit. Then we moved on to a lot of fascia stripping, so all through my quad, all through the muscle that runs along the shin, all along my calves and my hamstring, tons of stripping, which also helped a lot. And then it kind of just like petered off. It was helping a lot, and then it sort of just stopped. Like I was just at this point where it still kind of hurt, but not a lot, but I still couldn't do like any plyometrics or heavy squats, or really I still couldn't do what I used to be doing. I also laid off of it for like a month. I didn't do a single leg workout. Like I did a lot of glute stuff, but nothing as to how I was working out before. So here I am, a little while later, still have a little bit of pain, but it's getting incredibly better. So I thought I would kind of document to you guys what I've been doing a lot of to treat the patellofemoral syndrome. If you've ever had it, or if you have it right now, or if you know a friend that has it, then maybe this can also help them too. Like I said, the treatment is controversial, so what worked for me may not work for you or your friend or your mom or whoever. But that being said, it was helping a lot. So first thing that I found helped was lots and lots and lots of rolling on a roller, on a lacrosse ball. So I would roll my quads, I'd roll out my hamstrings, my adductors, I'd do my calves, pretty much everything on my left side. I spend about 10 minutes on every night or every other night, and that seemed to work a lot. It loosened up the muscles around it, so anything that was pulling on it might have loosened up a bit. I'll show you right now the routine that I went through. Okay, I just got quickly changed. I'm going to show you what I have been doing to help my recovery for the knee injury. This is kind of like what I was told based off of all the fascia stripping that the massage therapist and my physio were doing to me. I figured this was a treatment that I could do for myself at home that was kind of similar, although obviously not as effective as having thumbs dug into your muscles. So I'm going to quickly show you what I was doing for my foam rolling, and then I'll show you the second thing. Okay, so a quick note, I am not a physio. I have simply picked up information along the way as I rehab my knee and talking with my physio and massage therapist, so I'm just doing the best that I can here with the information that I got. So here I am, I'm starting with my quads. The quad is a muscle that can pull on the knee and cause improper tracking, which can then lead to pain. So it makes sense then to loosen it, because if you are releasing tightness here, you're releasing any muscle that is pulling painfully on the patella. You'd be surprised at how tight your quads can be if you don't roll or stretch them very often. So make sure you hit the inner and outer parts of your quad. Next, I'm working on my hamstrings. Again, if you're sitting a lot, your hamstrings could be tight, which could cause problems with glute activation and your pelvis alignment, which eventually can translate into knee problems as well. If you find that the roller can't dig deep enough, try using a tennis or lacrosse ball and sitting on a bench. I also like to make sure to get my calves. Tight calves can cause issues with how your feet land when you walk or you run, and if you're landing incorrectly, this can also cause knee pain. And finally, I finish with the muscle that runs beside the shin bone. This one I basically do because when my physio was working on it, I realized there were knots in there that seriously hurt to get out, so I figured why not just finish with that one. Okay, so in that foam rolling routine, you can see that I hit my quads, I hit my TFL, I hit my hamstrings, I rolled my calves, and then that little muscle that goes on the outside of your shin, that one's a doozy. So that one's pretty hard. I have to like hold my body weight up. Going through that foam rolling routine about 5-10 minutes every night or every other night, that helped quite a bit as well. Next, I'm putting my shoes on and we are heading to the stairwell. So I live in a condo. We don't have any stairs, unfortunately, but we do have a stairwell. So that's where we're gonna go for this next exercise. Ta-da! Welcome to the stairwell. Here I'm doing half squats, both forwards and backwards. The idea behind doing these is that my VMO, which is basically the teardrop muscle that is on the inner part of the quad, will get activated and start to strengthen. Having a weak VMO is apparently a common cause for a lot of knee pain because it is the muscle that essentially stabilizes the patella when you move. For these half squats, ensure that your knee is in line with your toe and not falling in at all. Move slowly and tap the opposite foot's heel to the ground. Try to keep all the weight on the planted foot. After a few reps, you should definitely start to feel the muscle engaging. I go for 10 facing forwards and 10 facing backwards twice. So you saw that I was able to do the foam rolling just in my own condo, just in my living room. And then the quarter squat, you might think you don't have stairs if you live in a condo, but check out that stairwell. If you live in a condo, you need a stairwell. I'm actually just about to head to the gym right now, so I'm gonna stop this video here, but I'll be back tomorrow because I'm gonna show you some of the glute activation exercises that I've been doing, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, so keep watching. Okay, I'm back. Yesterday, I showed you a little bit of what I've been doing to kind of help with my knee pain. One was the foam rolling routine, which has been very helpful in loosening things up in my lower body. And then also the quarter squats that I was doing to increase activation and strength in my medial quad or my VMO. And today I'm gonna go through a little glute activation routine that I've been doing that also strengthens my glute medius. And as well as just a couple other things that I found have helped me sort of in the evening if my knee's been really hurting a lot. And that's about it. That'll wrap it up. So I'm gonna get into the glute activation exercises. Okay, first is the classic clamshell exercise. Usually our glute medius is pretty weak and untrained, but it is an important muscle for stabilizing your hips and essentially preventing your knees from caving in as you exercise. Play around with your knee positioning to see what works for you. I like to bring my knees up a bit, but you can straighten yours out more and have them more in line with your body. Go for 10 reps of the clamshells, and then I go into 10 straight leg lying raises. To do these raises, straighten your legs out completely. Bring that top leg back a bit and roll slightly onto your hips. Point the heel towards the ceiling. Lift that top leg, squeezing that glute. Go for 10 reps on the right side as well, then flip over. We focus a lot on our glute maximus when we work out, but tend to neglect the glute medius. By performing these clamshells and the lying leg raise, we can strengthen our hips and glutes and prevent future injuries. Make sure that for the lying leg raise, you bring that top leg back slightly and point the heel up. That will ensure you're engaging the glute medius correctly. So I will usually do 3 sets of that superset on both sides, and by then my glutes are feeling pretty tired, so I'll give it a rest. Maybe I'll do some of the stair work in addition to that or before it. And so that's all the kind of strengthening stuff. I've found that over the past few weeks it's helped so much. I wasn't doing any of that stuff before, and then I started doing it and like a week went by and my knee pain didn't completely go away, but like it went away like 70%. So I attribute it to both the stair exercises and the glute strengthening exercises. Just 2 easy things that you can do at home. As you saw, I do these at home all the time. So there are 2 other things that help me, as I was mentioning before, in the evenings. One, if my knee is really kind of hurting at night because maybe I've been walking around a lot, I will put on my trusty and most beloved hot water bottle. This thing saves my life, not just in my knee, but like whenever I had stomach aches and just whenever I'm cold. So all you do is fill this bad boy up with hot water. You take the air out, grab a towel, or if you're really hardcore and have an immunity to heat, just stick it right on your leg. Actually, I wouldn't recommend doing that at all, but put a towel around it, put it on your knee, and put it on there for like 10 minutes, and I find that helps a lot. The second thing I'll do at night, or if I'm ever sitting at a computer desk or something, I've always found that sitting for a while and then getting up after my knee was in like a 90-degree angle, that really hurt a lot. So I really try to straighten my leg out on something and sort of let it rest on like a chair or a box if I'm sitting at a desk or at my computer. If I'm sitting on the couch and watching TV, again, I try to straighten my leg out, maybe let it rest on something a little bit higher, but I try not to keep it bent too much, and because I always find that coming out of a bend is more painful than when it's straight. When it's straight, it doesn't really hurt me at all. Anyway, I hope that this could help you a bit. Obviously, as I said, my pain is patellofemoral syndrome. It might be different from what you have. If you haven't yet, check with a sports doctor, check with a physio, check with an RMT or a massage therapist, and see if there's something underlying going on. For me, I have pretty tight hips. I don't think I activate my glutes very much. So these are things that I have to strengthen, and these are things that I have found have helped me a lot. It might not apply to you. I'm still holding on to it because I love it. It might not apply to you, so don't send me angry comments saying you did all these things and it didn't work, because this is not a guarantee. But still, give it a try, and yeah, I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you. Bye-bye.